And we're back. What a great performance by Khalil Killabreeze Boyd, winning second round TKO, and we are in for our amateur main event. And we have a treat with us here. The Pitbull, Trey Manley, 5-0 undefeated fighter, is joining us for this broadcast so that Dave Ferguson can be in the corner of Reggie, Spider Monkey Adams. And speaking of the Spider Monkey, here he comes. He is the featherweight champion. His coaches, Brian Hall and Nathan Pang, will also be in his corner. He is a perfect 5-0. Calls his style police brutality. Only 23 years old, training at Memphis Judo and Jiu-Jitsu. Stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighed in at 153.8 pounds, fighting out of and hailing from Memphis, Tennessee. He was the last Region 8 state wrestling champion in the state of Tennessee for Cordova High School. He is our current featherweight champion. Trey, what do you think about Reggie Adams tonight?
Well, the nickname Spider Monkey for Reggie is absolutely perfect because his style is so all over the place. He uses his wrestling really well, but he also has really unorthodox striking. He throws a lot of kicks. He's definitely going to have to use those tonight to keep Brian Mitchell from opening his hands.
This is an exciting fight. Like we said, Adams is our featherweight champion. He decided that he wanted to go up and face arguably one of the best lightweights we have in the area to try to claim 2 belts at once. The guy has made every fight look easy. Every fight looked just too easy. But he's got a tough opponent tonight. Reggie's going to be in the blue corner as the lights dim. Brian Kid Dynamite Mitchell in the red corner is going to make his way to the cage. He is our current lightweight champion. He won that title back in October with a devastating knockout win over previously undefeated Nick Payne. In November, he decided to go up in a weight class to fight Din Bates, an opponent you also knocked out before that, Trey. So he considers himself a boxer and a wrestler. He's a national boxing tournament champion, a ringside world semifinalist. He's a state champion wrestler. He is 5-0. His coaches, Matt Hamilton and Rolly Delgado, will also be in his corner. He's only 21 years of age, trains out of Westside MMA, stands 5'5", 156 pounds, fighting out of Little Rock, Arkansas, now hailing out of Jonesboro. So we have 5'10 versus 5'5. Reggie definitely has a height advantage here. Police brutality versus boxing and wrestling, both a perfect 5-0, 23-21 in Memphis versus Jonesboro, Arkansas. What do you think about this fight? What do you think about Brian's chances? Exciting fighter. What do you think, Trey?
I'm really excited for this fight. Even just hearing it was on the card was enough to get me here. It's such an unorthodox matchup for both guys. You have the height advantage that Reggie has, but yet I would give the power advantage to Brian. His legs are so strong. He doesn't throw many kicks, but when he throws them incredibly hard. Reggie, on the other hand, doesn't throw as hard of kicks, but his kicks are so unorthodox. They come from different angles. They're really fast. He's going to need them to keep Brian from getting inside. That's what Brian wants to do. He wants to get inside, beat him up, land one of those clean left hooks he hit Nick Payne with.
Well, let's get this underway for the lightweight championship. Michael Kelly.
Championship bout is brought to you by Cloud9 Smoke Shop, and it's set for 3 3-minute rounds for the V3 Amateur Lightweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the blue trunks with the silver trim at 5 feet 10 inches. He weighed in 153.8 pounds. A police brutality fighter with a perfect MMA record, 5 wins and no losses. Representing Memphis Judo and Jiu-Jitsu. And fighting out of Memphis, Tennessee, he is the reigning, defending V3 Amateur Featherweight Champion, Reggie Spider Monkey Adams. And across the cage, his adversary, the champion. He wears the black trunks with the white trim at 5 feet 5 inches. He weighed in at 156 pounds, a boxer and wrestler. Also with a perfect MMA record, 5 wins and no losses. Representing Westside MMA and fighting out of Little Rock, Arkansas by way of Jonesboro, he is the reigning, defending V3 lightweight champion, Brian Kid Dynamite Mitchell.
Clint's going to give him some instructions, call him to the cage.
We've been over the rules in the back. Any questions from the blue corner? Any from the red? Protect yourselves at all times. Follow my instructions at all times.
Champion versus champion, get on your feet, V3 Legion. Let's make some noise.
Here we go. Mitchell definitely looks extremely serious. Reggie crouched down, very unorthodox, like you pointed out, Trey. Let's see if they touch gloves.
I'm expecting Brian Mitchell to start extremely fast. I could be wrong, but I'm expecting him to come out and explode the first chance he gets.
And one of Brian's idols is also one of yours, Iron Mike Tyson.
Absolutely, you can tell too.
You can tell from his body movement, his head movement, the way he shifts his weight. This is an exciting fight. So Reggie attempted for a double leg here. Mitchell
Passes the guard.
is on top.
He's
He
on
passed
top.
guard. See if he throws some legs in.
He has one hook in right now.
What are you looking for in a position like that, Trey?
I would say for the rear naked choke, but for Brian, it really doesn't matter. He's so strong, he can just flatten you out and pound you.
So a little bit of a feeling out process here. Looks like Reggie's trying for some shots. He wants to get it to the ground, but remember, Mitchell is also a pretty accomplished jiu-jitsu fighter as well.
Anytime you train with Rolla Delgado, you're going to be.
But it looks like Adams has been able to secure the takedown.
This is something that Reggie needs to do. He needs to keep the threat of the takedown constantly there so Brian doesn't open up.
But you see how Brian used the fence to get himself back up. He's in an over-under position, clears the cage, and now he's back in the center of the cage. But he's got to look out for those knees from Reggie. Reggie continually trying to go down for that double. He gets defended, so he switches to a single. He's got his leg up, but Brian's able to slip the leg out. Nice high kick by Adams, but nothing there for him.
Reggie's hand position seems to be going up and down. He's changing the level of his hands. Couldn't recommend that.
What you see Brian doing, he's just using really basic wrestling. When Adams comes in on a double, he gets a whizzer, pancakes him over, and ends up on top. And now he's in one of the most dominant positions you can be in, which is the full mount. But with 1 minute left, can he capitalize on it?
Yes, there
Some
he goes.
really big punches. But Adams,
Good escape by Reggie.
wow, Adams is able to survive and
Great
pop
escape.
up. That's where you want to put those legs in, so you don't get thrown over your opponent that's down. Smart
Reggie's
move
really,
by Reggie.
he's using, I didn't expect him to use this much wrestling to neutralize Brian's hands, but it seems to be working.
We haven't seen a legit punch land yet because the wrestling has been in Brian's face. Adams is continually shooting double legs, but again, you have 2 state champion wrestlers.
Good jab by
You
Reggie.
see Brian, he's changing levels. It kind of throws off Reggie.
One of Brian's best attributes in his striking is the level change. He goes low and then comes back up to the head.
It looks like he's
Big punches by
trying
Brian.
for some punches there.
He is swinging for the fence.
I don't think he respects Reggie's power. That's the end of the round. Who do you give that round to, Trey?
That's a tough one to call. Reggie definitely had the advantage in the wrestling, but Brian seemed to capitalize in every position, but then Reggie would also find a way out of it.
I saw Brian in a lot of dominant positions off of shots. He was able to get his back. He was able to get a full mount. Don't know how the judges will see it, but you know they're going to look for aggression, and it could possibly be the shot attempts by Adams, or is it the defense by Mitchell?
Definitely. Brian did get the mount twice. He also had Reggie's back twice as well. So that it will be interesting to see where that goes on the cards. You could really give that one either way.
If you're Brian Hall, what are you telling Adams right now to do? You see the replay here? He's able to pancake him over off those shots. He's in full guard there. He's able to pass it a couple times, get into a full mount, but didn't really capitalize on it. Reggie stayed active, stayed busy, and was able to get up every time. And here we go, round number 2. It looks like Brian is content with staying in the cage. Really a slip there off of Reggie's kick attempt. Again, Mitchell's able to neutralize the shot with a whizzer and a crossface in a pancake motion. Instead of continuing to drive, Reggie decided to stand back up, and he ended up eating a knee to the stomach because of it. Reggie's trying to throw some knees on his own. Reggie in the blue trunks. Brian Mitchell in the black bad boy trunks.
Brian's doing a really good job of only keeping one hip against the cage.
He got taken down, an attempt, but look at that rolling ability from Brian Mitchell to put himself in a good position. So let's see if he uses that cage again to stand back up.
Very interested to see how Brian does off of his back as well. Wrestlers normally don't like to be put in that position, but training with Rolly, he has to be used to it.
A blue belt in jiu-jitsu. Mitchell is. But a guy that strong, he's probably fighting from the guard most of the time. So let's see how he does on his back. But like you pointed out, Rolly Delgado, one of the best jiu-jitsu coaches around.
Good sweep
nice sweep and reversal to put himself back in a mount. But again, Adams didn't stay and let him inflict any damage. He's immediately up.
Reggie
goes for a kick.
Very, very scrambly.
Oh, and that is an illegal kick by Brian Mitchell from a downed opponent. He was on his knee. That is an illegal kick. Let's hope that, I think the ref is probably going to take a point here.
There should definitely be a point taken there. Even, I think Brian was trying to time it as Reggie was getting up, but it wasn't quite there.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was just necessarily he tried to kick a field goal, but you can't kick someone when they're down like that.
So in MMA, and looks like we are gonna, you see him on his knee here. He looked like he was about to pick his knee up, and Brian was trying to time it, but he didn't get his knee off the ground. So Clint has to take a point away from him. That could change the fight. So Reggie's gonna get some time to recover. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he can continue. Looks like he's saying that he's fine to Clint.
Reggie needs to utilize his time. He does have 5 minutes. Normally guys don't take the full 5, but sometimes it is smart to do. It's a fight. Everyone gets tired. Your technique starts to go down when you get tired, and this might be what Reggie needed.
You know, that adrenaline dump when you get in the cage, you start rolling. You see Brian Mitchell is soaking wet. He's sweaty. Looks like we're going to get the action continued. They touch gloves. Mitchell saying sorry, but you hear the crowd definitely behind Reggie Adams.
Again, heavy level changes from Brian. Good kick by Reggie. He needs to keep those up. Good.
You see Brian really getting those arms up to block those. Reggie drops down for that double again, but eats a couple uppercuts in the process. Brian using that cage to keep himself up, gets his arms up above his waist to prevent that takedown. It looks like he's gonna break the grip and probably circle around and get himself to the center of the cage.
Again, Brian with good defense up against the cage. One hip and not two. It's one of the most important things when you're up against the cage like that.
So Brian is extremely explosive. You saw him explode, now to the double leg and a slam. And gets himself right into a half mount, side control, but he's got his head stuck, so he moves into a full mount, and let's see if he can get busy down here. Score some points. He's got to make up some points for that point he got taken away. You hate to see something like that change the dynamics of a fight. Looks like he's got a choke. He might have it locked in. It's on Reggie's chin. I think Reggie's okay here. He's going to stay calm. And we've got the end of round 2. We had a point taken away for an illegal kick.
Welcome V3
That could potentially make it a 1 round to 1 round. So you saw Reggie go for the takedown, but a great scramble by Brian Mitchell to prevent himself from getting taken down and put in a bad position.
The loss of that
nice
point,
sweep.
The loss of the point is going to be really interesting on the final scorecard. That pretty much could make this last round up for grabs.
We see that kick again. It looks like just the point of Brian Mitchell's foot hit. It really looked like he was trying to time the kick. If Adams' knee had come up, the kick would have been legal. A downed opponent is considered any opponent with the bottoms of their feet and any points of their hand touching. If you're on a knee, if you're on your butt, you're a downed opponent, and head strikes are illegal with your feet.
Round. Champion versus champion. Let me hear you make some noise.
So here we go. You see Brian Mitchell back on top. Reggie working from his back, really not being effective here. Brian's going to probably look to pass, score some points. He's covering his mouth. Really what that is, he's trying to make Reggie uncomfortable, to put him in a bad position. And there you go. He's able to slip guard. Now he's in half mount.
Brian doing a really good job of using that shoulder pressure on Reggie's face.
Reggie's able to keep him off balance when he's trying to pass guard, get full mount again. Looks like Brian almost got side control. Brian just kind of grinding this round out. Looks like he's almost got full mount. Reggie gave up his back for a second, ate a couple punches.
Reggie does such a really good job of scrambling. He just finds his way out of bad positions so easily. He's slippery, he's like a salmon.
Every time Mitchell has had his back, he's only had it for a few seconds, and Reggie's worked his way out of there.
Reggie has a guillotine.
Reggie's got a choke in there.
He is holding it.
Can't really tell from here. Looks like Brian's got it. He's out. He taps out. Brian Mitchell loses via submission. Reggie Adams is now the V3 lightweight and featherweight champion. Still undefeated, 6-0. Brian Mitchell suffers his first amateur loss, and you can tell he is not thrilled about it. What a comeback from Reggie Adams. Did you see that coming?
No, not at all. Not at all. But Reggie he's proved it time and time again. He's so scrambly. He finds his ways out of bad position. Training with guys, Brian Hall and all the guys at Memphis Judo and Jiu-Jitsu, you know they're going to have submissions up their sleeves at any time, and Reggie proved that. Brian got caught sleeping. I think Brian lost respect for Reggie's ground game when they were down there, and Reggie capitalized.
Looks like Mitchell's going to go over, congratulate Reggie. You know, definitely a professional. Doesn't want to stick around, kind of wants to get out of the cage. Hard pill to swallow, but let's go and get the official decision from Mike Kelly.
Ladies and gentlemen, here in the V3 cage in Minglewood Hall, we present the official time of 2 minutes, 23 seconds into round number 3. Referee Clint Kolasinski calls a halt to the bout due to tap out via guillotine choke. For your winner, who is the amateur V3 featherweight champion and new V3 lightweight champion, Reggie Spider Monkey Adams.
Everyone here just got to witness V3 history as we have the first 2 division title holder. What's going through your head now, Reggie?
Man, I'm pretty tired, as everyone can see, but that was exactly what I thought it was gonna be. That was my hardest match so far, and I was able to get through that one just like any other. And I'm grateful, I'm thankful, I'm blessed.
Well, you got a great team with Brian Hall, Nathan Pang over at Memphis Judo. They definitely got you prepared. Anyone else you want to thank that got you those 2 belts?
My family, my friends, mom, my brothers, girlfriend, everyone, thank y'all.
There you go, our featherweight and lightweight champion, Reggie Spider Monkey Adams.
All right, V3 Legion, we're going to take a short intermission. Go get some drinks. Make sure to tip your bartenders. We'll see you back in a few for the pro side of this card.
Hey, I was doing just fine before I met you. I drank too much and that's an issue, but I'm okay. Hey, you tell your friends it was nice to meet them, but I hope I never see them again. I know it breaks your heart. Moved to the city in a broke down car and 4 years no calls. Now you're looking pretty in a hotel bar and I can't stop. No, I can't stop. So baby, pull me closer.